Hello everyone and welcome to a new Idle Huntress video. Today will be a Jing Ke showcase, and she just released on Monday, first thing on all global servers, so she is quite a powerhouse. Simply put, if you care, yes, you do want to roll for her if and only if you can max her out. So big price tag on her. So we'll get right into it. I'll go ahead and play the video. This is going to be at 4 times speed at just the beginning because this is I roll for her. I 6-star her, so it's going to be a lot of rolls. It took me around 610 rolls. So while that goes over, I will be explaining her kit. Without further ado, here we go. I'm going to be changing it up a bit. I'm going to be explaining the skills and then doing the Discord analysis because you need to know her skills in order to really understand the analysis. First things first. Her first skill, Lone Flash. Jing Ke tries to assassinate the enemy with the highest attack, dealing damage to them 2 times. The first attack is guaranteed to hit and deals 10% of the target's current HP in true damage, which is fantastic, but cannot exceed 500% of Jing Ke's attack. The second attack deals 120% of her attack in physical damage, and if the attack is a crit, it decreases the target speed by 75. She is a speed queen, and we'll get into it. Level 2, it increases the first round of true damage to 20% of the target's current HP, and the second round to physical damage of 160% of attack. Level 3 increases first round to 30% and the second round to 200%. And if the target has no adjacent allies, the second attack is guaranteed to hit and crit. So this is fantastic in the open positions, as well as if the team has been decimated, which this is her kit. It's made to do that, made to one-shot and really annihilate the team quickly. We can see the second image, which is my favorite. I do equip the third one in the future just because I like the background on the thing, but man, at 4 times speed, her little sway is kind of hypnotic, right? Okay, second skill, Potent Phantom. Level 1, Jing Ke creates a phantom behind all enemies and swiftly dispatches them. Or this is her ultra skill, sorry. And dealing 110% of her attack and physical damage to each target. If she crits, the target speed is decreased by 75. Once again, speed queen. Level 2, physical damage increases to 220% of attack, and at level 3, 330% of attack. If the target has no adjacent allies, the skill is guaranteed to hit and crit, which is fantastic. Okay, her first passive, level 1, quick finish. Gain 20 speed at the start of the battle. Level 2, gain increases to 45 speed, and when dealing damage, whenever her speed exceeds 1 of the Huntress she's attacking, she deals an additional 1% of attack and physical damage. And then now at level 3, her speed is increased to 75, and the physical damage difference increases to 2% of her attack, which is, you really want to build her speed. The faster she has the fastest base speed in the game, as well as she is a heavy glass cannon. You want her to go first as soon as possible, because if she doesn't, she will die. But if she goes first and you built her super heavy, she will kill. She could solo the entire team, or at least take out 3 people before anyone even starts their turn, which is insane. And then her second passive, Bleak Wind. At level 1, whatever the situation, Jing Ke always achieves peak performance. Increase her speed by 3 and her crit chance by 3%, and then 6 increase speed by 6, increase crit by 4%, and then level 3 speed increases to 10 and crit increases to 5%. And her exclusive equipment, which this is a quick scrolling of it, but you'll see the pop-up. Her exclusive equipment, Killer Instinct. This is the cream of the crop, right? Level 1, 15% HP increase. Level 2, final damage increased by 4%. And level 3, her attack is increased by 25%. And her level 30 equip at level 4 is whenever an ally perishes, immediately you use an active skill against the enemy that slew them. So she immediately gets to use her Lone Flash, which deals an insane amount of damage already, and you get to use it again whenever your ally dies. However, to get her to wipe the team round 1, you really want to get her at level 40. Real quick, this is my win team that I'm putting her on because my win team isn't super strong, but it is now with her. The other teams don't really benefit from her. My Chiome Freeze team could, but it's not necessary. And we're going to go ahead and to show some gameplay of her. But to finish it off, you want to get her EE40, because at level 5, whenever an enemy perishes, immediately use an active skill. So this is going to, as you can see here, as soon as somebody dies, she gets to go again immediately, and as you can see here, she immediately just wipes the team because of that EE40 alone. If she didn't have it, she would only get to kill one person, and then if she was attacked, she'd probably die. But with Take's shield, she can survive a couple hits. But, that was crucial and absolutely devastating, and you're going to be seeing a lot of that, of just her absolutely annihilating the enemy team, as long as there isn't a Loki or a Thor or there's a couple other, a strong Take shield, that's also it, but we'll talk about that with the Discord analysis. And then at level 6, at E50, when Jing Ke decreases an enemy's speed, she will gain an equal amount of that speed. So I, however, don't have another 900 gems and unable to do that. Yeah, this is a quick clip of me losing here just because a strong Take shield could not prevented the Jing Ke from actually killing her, and then the slam just annihilated her and then also killed my Take. So that was the downfall of that team right there. But at level 6, this is insane. There needs to be a little more testing in how devastating it is, because I think either she keeps the speed she took, because I do know sometimes the speed decrease on the enemy team does go away, so I don't know if she retains that speed increase that she gained on the initial steal, or if it goes away once somebody is dispelling the speed debuff, if you get me. If anyone knows, feel free to answer that in the comments, and we can have a little discussion about that. But as you can see here, yep, Jing Ke survives the slam, gets a nice hit on Octavius. We try to dispel the burn, fantastic, and we proceed to wipe. And that was the ultra skill right there. Honda's almost dead, and then Honda dies, and we get to finish her. Okay, great. Okay, so then now that's skills out of the way, we'll go over the Discord analysis. So, like I said earlier, if you want to roll, this is an if. This is very, very high price tag on her. If you want to get her, you need to 6-star her and get her at EE40 like I have her. And you can boost her speed to 600 minimally, and then yes. Otherwise, no. I can't even touch the 600 because I don't have the speed gem and the speed badge and then the attack badge with speed substat. That's a very high price tag. However, I wanted to get her because she is going to be my heavy investment character for the rest of the game, because I don't plan to spend a whole lot more after her. Her recommended pull, her recommended breakthrough, 6-star, like we keep saying, which is going to be around 600 pulls. So do save. It took me 610, which you saw earlier. You can try to get her 3-star and then get her to EE40 that way. However, like we're saying, she is a glass cannon at 6-star. She's a glass cannon at 1. If she dies, that's it. You need her to attack first, or else that's a game over. And you could see quickly that was some trials footage, and I got as far as trial 19. We tried again, but once again, we just don't do enough. However, I was at, I think, 16, and she got me all the way to 19. So that was pretty good. Pretty good. Worth the money, maybe. But that's some more red runes right there. I think I showed it off earlier. You do want to give her, 2 flame gems. I think that's the right flame runes, and then 2, I think, earth runes. Those are going to give her the 2 at the 2 stat bonus. You get a 25% attack from both of them, turning into a 50% attack increase, which is phenomenal for her. You want to get that. Make sure that you get that speed rune on the top right rune, so that once again you need to get her super fast, so she goes first immediately. If she doesn't go first, she will die. So make sure to keep that in mind when you use her. And then back to the Discord, where is she primarily used? She is mainly PvP, but can be used in most PvE content, except against the big bosses. She really focuses around killing the enemy. So the more mobs on the field, or huntresses, you name it, the more times she can attack. If you were using a Chiome, a Darwin, or what's her name? I think Tree Mendel, right? If those die, they also proc Jing Ke's attack. So you can focus that, you can use that aspect in the PvE content, because against the big bosses, the big single bosses, because there's no mobs to die to proc Jing Ke's EE40. But if a teammate dies, or those extra buffer, those meat shields, right? If they die, then that would also proc. To continue on with the analysis, Jing Ke is what Jubei wished that she could do. Her kit essentially revolves around one-shotting enemies and making use of her EE40 effect to act again and again until she cleans up everyone. Her damage is augmented by her speed, and the more speed she has, the more damage she will deal to her enemies. This goes into if you can EE 60 her or 50 her, then you're getting roughly around 70, well no, at the 2% mark, you're getting around 150% attack on every additional attack she does, which is then compounding, you know, so it's crazy. If you can build her fast and get her EE 50, then she's unstoppable, right? Absolutely killer. Okay. The only thing stopping her, it would be, let's see, Hannibal's EE, Twin's EE, Honda's EE, Loki's EE, Reg and Leaf, we call her Angel. She is a light unit that is absolutely broken, but she hasn't been released yet. Her EE, a strong Take shield, Watt, but because she has that impenetrable, or that she just ignores attacks. Robin's triangle, so if she gets snared. Marie, if you get Marie. Oh yes, that's right. Because she's just a tank and takes damage reduction, and then Nene's realm. Catherine, obviously, if you freeze her, and then most UR units, because they will become significantly bulkier. UR, once again, is going to be additional stars. They have not released on global yet, but they are prominent, very prominent on JP. So, continue on. Hence, Jing Ke is required an absurd amount of investment to function properly. At a bare minimum, she was required an 6-star and EE40 with speed badge, and you need to get it to roughly 600. I don't even have it, like I was saying before, but if you can aim for it, go for it. Anything below that, and Jing Ke is useless. She does a really good job, but obviously if I gave her another 200 speed, she would be flattening the map every time. Although Jung is mainly used for PvP, she can be used in certain PvE content. She sees use in Fire Engrave, like you saw earlier. She got me pretty far by herself. As she alternate to the burn team, at 6-star, Jing Ke can solo all the way up to F20, which roughly you saw that. If she was faster and I had more damage and she was plus 200, then yes, I would get past F19. She can be used in the Parasitic Serpent because of the small mobs, the little snakes that the big snake produces. Sky Dragon, if your strategy is to tank the damage using Chiome clones, or Darwin and Mendel summons, because this will proc her EE30, and story bosses. However, to note that for these bosses, there's no need to build speed for her, since it's impossible to outspeed them because they're the bosses, and she doesn't decrease their speed with her attacks. In such cases, it would be better to go for crit damage for her to capitalize on guaranteed crit effect if there is no adjacent allies, because they're by themselves. You get that guaranteed hit every time and no misses. Allies that work well with Jung includes Chiome, like I have in some of my super arena teams, Darwin, Mendel, and anyone that allows her to make use of her EE30 effect repeatedly. You can even consider using units like Anderson, or fielding a full fire team to increase your attack further on her first turn. Okay, what else? In conclusion, Jing Ke is a character that demands high investment. Newbies that are just starting out should not pull for her. I heavily recommend. If this is your first character, you will not have enough of a team to invest into her, nor the equipment to even touch her. So it's better to hold off. You might be able to get the 80 or the 200 just to have her, sit on her, get the stuff for her, but she won't be really useful for you. She might be useful in some PvE, on the PvE content, the story content, to get you pretty far, but she will hit a wall and then be outgunned for a long time until you can 6-star her. So once again, do not invest if you cannot afford nor have the equipment to do so. It's okay to wait. Do not fret. She'll be back in maybe a month, not a month. She'll be back in maybe 2 or 3 months. So plenty of time. So then now that's out of the way, we'll go back into discussing footage. I lose this because, yes, so I went up against a very, very thick Thor, and she zapped the shit out of me, so no help in that. Let's go next. Alright, we got 2 beefy Take shields. Luckily, they had a weaker Take, and my Jing Ke just rips her right through them. And she forward killed them. She 4-starred. And then we go to the next one. I think we go for Lion Blaze. Once again, we have a Honda, and we don't have to worry about her because my Helen will go through it. But it doesn't even matter because we rip through the rest of the team. So, like I was saying earlier, I believe she goes for the highest attack opponent. Yes, she does. So, you can tell pretty quickly. If you want... You need to be careful who your highest attack opponent is when you're going against a Jung, because she'll gun for them. So luckily, if you have a Take, she'll go for that first, because the shield will, if you have an EE30 Take, she'll go for the Take first, because the shield should put her ahead of everyone else on the team's attack. So, as we're finishing up these challenges, yeah, absolutely ripping through the team. Do I use any more coins? I think, yes I do. I use some tickets. We survived the hit because this is a kind of weak team. Just wanted an easy clear, and we get it. Alright, okay, we're going to do a quick look back at my stats and how I built my Jing Ke. But besides that, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. I'll try my best to answer any questions down below. Help each other if you know the answer. But besides that, take care everyone, and I'll catch you guys next time.